Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Monday evening. Hope you had a lovely weekend and you are looking forward to a nice week ahead. Our theme today is balance. So we've got a lot of balances in our practice, but balance, of course, as you know, comes in many forms. It's not just about our own physical balance, but the balance we have in our minds, in our bodies, and in our lives. So let's kind of focus on balance for this practice and see, can we learn something from this practice that maybe will be useful to us off the mat. As always, throughout your practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So, and don't forget, when you finish the practice, give us a thumbs up or let us know you've completed it. Because everyone who does 4 practices gets during January gets onto our Roll of Honour, and yeah, looking good this month. It's fantastic to see so many of you doing the practices. So let's begin by lying down. Making yourself nice and comfortable on your mat as you let go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Let go of the past and any concerns for the future. And just be in the present with no roles, no responsibilities, and nothing to do. But spend this time bringing balance and harmony between your body and your mind through your breath. And as you lie here, let your attention go to your sense of hearing as you notice all of the sounds around you. The near and the far, the loud and the soft. Without identifying any sounds, just notice how they travel through you, the transient nature of sound. Always moving. And then start to just hone in on the sound of yourself breathing. Listening to your breath. And then let your full focus go to your breath as you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhale. And bringing a balance to your breath by counting. Counting your inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, continuing to count to yourself, keeping each section of your breath the same length, everything in balance. And now just start to elongate that exhale, making it as long as you can, but still within your comfort zone. On your next inhale, raise your arms over your head to the floor behind you. And on your next exhale, draw them down by your sides. And then synchronizing that movement with your breath, inhale to raise them over your head. Pause, and then exhale to draw them down by your sides. Keeping going. And one more time. And then bending your knees, rolling over onto your side, lining up your legs so your shins are in line with the long side, your thighs in line with the short side, And one palm on top of the other, we're going to just raise this right arm all the way over to the left, following it with your gaze. Adjust your upper body into the twist so that your right shoulder blade gets close to or on the mat. And drawing the arm back to the palm, let's take that to the other side. So again, lining your legs up with the mat. So we've got your knees and hips at a right angle. Left palm on top and drawing it over. Again, twisting the body so that that left shoulder blade gets near to or on the mat. And then drawing that left palm back, come once again to lie on your back, lifting your legs up. Let's just cycle them to get them moving. And keeping them moving here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hugging them into the chest. Take a little movement. And then rolling over onto your side, make your way up to stand at the top of your mat. And as you're standing here, having the feet hip width apart, equal weight on both feet, and that weight evenly distributed across the feet from the ball of your foot to the heel. Raise the arms up, clasping them together, push them away, and feel length come into your whole body. So like you're pushing yourself out of the ground, having those ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, and feeling really tall here. Taking 2 more breaths. And then releasing those hands, let's bring it down into a forward fold. So bend your knees, as much as you need to come through to forward fold, taking a breath. And then lifting halfway. And forward fold once again. Let's step that right leg back for a low lunge. And then through to your plank. Taking one more breath here. And then coming down, knees, feet, chest and belly. And draw that forehead and chest away from the mat. Pushing on up through your tabletop into a downward dog. Remember to make your way slowly into your dog, pedaling your way in. First of all, get that spine right, so push it back. Let the gaze go to the belly button, keeping those knees bent and heels up. And then when you feel that your spine is nice and long, fully extended, the shoulders are relatively relaxed, then you can start to stretch out the legs. Keeping that length in the spine. Just bring your legs to a point of stillness that doesn't compromise that length in the spine. Taking 2 more breaths here. And stretching that right leg out behind you. Stepping it through for a low lunge. And into your forward fold for a breath. Coming all the way up, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. And again, taking it on the other side, forward fold. And halfway, lengthen that spine. Forward fold once more. This time stepping the left leg back. And through to your plank, taking 3 breaths here. Coming down on your knees and feet, chest and belly, and with those elbows in, again drawing the forehead and chest away from the mat. Push on up into your downward dog once more. 3 breaths here. And stretching that left leg out behind you. Step it through, low lunge. Stepping up to your forward fold. And bend the knees, coming all the way up to stand. Let's take it again on either side with just 1 breath for each move. So raise the gaze, take a breath. Into your forward fold. Halfway. And forward fold. back into your plank just for one breath this time. And then lowering down to come into your back bend for one breath. And drawing yourself up into your downward dog for a breath. Let's stretch the right leg back and step it through, low lunge. And forward fold. Bend the knees all the way up. Palms together, raise the gaze. Same on the other side. Forward fold. Halfway. And forward again. Let's step the left leg back. Coming into your plank. And down to your mat before drawing up to your back bend. Make your way into your downward dog. And this time stretching the left leg out behind you, step it through. Low lunge. Into forward fold. And bend those knees, coming all the way up. Bring those hands down into prayer at the chest and take a breath. From here, drawing the hands up again, keeping those palms together, let's take a bend to the left. So feeling a lovely stretch come from your right, the side of your right foot, all the way up the leg, up the side of the rib cage and the arm. 2 more breaths here. And then letting that left hand come down onto your hip and just taking a deeper bend to the left. And 1 more breath. And coming back to bring both hands together once again, as this time we take it to the right. And bringing the right hand down onto your hip, take that bend deeper to the left. One more breath. And coming back to the center. So working evenly on both sides just again helps to bring balance to the body. So both sides with that stretch are lengthened, hopefully to an even amount. And from here, let's put some weight on the right foot. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work here. So if you want, have a wall nearby. If you need to just tap off it to help you balance, or maybe have a chair in front of you. So work with your own body and shifting the weight into the right foot. Raise the left leg up, just holding onto the shin. And think about standing tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Find that point of balance. Soften your gaze. Engage the core, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. One more breath here. And then from here, we're going to take it into a tree pose. So you can either place your foot on your thigh or on your calf. Try to keep it away from the knee as much as possible. And have that left knee, at a right angle. My foot's going to slip today. Find again a point of stillness. One more breath here. And now we're going to take this left foot, hold on to the toe, and just open that leg out as much as it's comfortable to do so. And you can let the right hand come out to the side. That will just help with the balance. Keep the gaze soft. And releasing the leg. Bring it down, raise both arms up. Palms together, raise the gaze. Take a breath. Step the feet together, toes together, heels a little bit apart. As we draw down into a chair, hips moving back, knees staying behind toes. Let the palms come together and take a little twist to the left. And then let's come all the way back up to stand and take those balances on the other leg. So shifting the weight into the left side. You might find this side easier or more challenging than the right side. Raise the right leg up. Find your point of balance. Flexing that right foot. Engaging the core. Soften the gaze. One more breath here. And bring your right foot to your thigh or calf of the left leg. And again, find your point of stillness here. Keeping that knee at a right angle so the hip is open. Engaging the core, maybe drawing the arms up, opening them out if you like. One more breath here. And then taking that right foot, lifting the leg up and opening it out. Open the left arm out too, to help with the balance. One more breath here. Letting that right foot come down onto the mat, drawing the arms, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. With those toes together and heels a little bit apart, join the palms together, elbows opposite each other as you push back into your chair and take your twist this time to the right. And coming back up to stand, let's take it to the long side of the mat. So opening the legs out about 2 and a bit hip widths apart. Bring the arms out into a T. Soften the shoulders and engage that core. One more breath here. And let's swivel on this right foot, bending the knee. With this back foot, just turn it so it's kind of facing the top left-hand corner of your mat. Bending your right elbow, lean it onto your thigh and stretch that left arm up past the ear. Let your gaze and chest look upwards for a nice side angle pose. One more breath here. And then drawing the body up, bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to step this left foot across and come onto the toes of it for a high lunge. One more breath here. And then taking this into a reverse warrior, let your left hand come on to your left thigh, turning the palm to face you. Follow it with your gaze. One more breath here. And then bringing the head and body to upright. Draw those arms behind you. Again, you can come onto the toes of that back foot. And just let the chest and gaze look upwards for a crescent pose. And again, coming to upright. From here, we're going to shift the weight into this right foot and just bend forward, but we're going to lean the body down, let the arms come back. One more breath. Let the hands come on down to the mat, stepping back into your downward dog. Raise that right leg out behind you for a three-legged dog, taking 3 breaths here. And then let's step that right foot through again. Line up your heels to come into your extended side angle once more. And then keeping the legs as they are, raise the body up. We're going to draw that right arm straight out in front of us with this left arm, keeping the elbow bent. Draw that elbow back. It's like we've got a big bow and arrow here, so we're drawing the bow back for an archer pose. Softening the shoulders and engaging the core. One more breath. And then bring it back to the center with those feet facing forward and the arms in a T. So let's take that on the other side. One more breath here. And swiveling on this left foot, bending the knee, bringing the arm down to rest on that thigh, and with that back foot, just turning it in slightly. Draw the arm up past the ear. Gaze and chest looking upwards. From here, swiveling down, frame the foot, swivel the foot, the back foot, and step back into a downward dog, but it's a three-legged dog. Raise the left leg up. One more breath. Then stepping the left leg through, keeping the knee bent, rising up to a low lunge. Bringing that right hand down and following the left hand with your gaze. And then letting that left hand come down behind you as both arms come back and the chest and gaze looks upwards. One more breath here. And then bringing the body back to center as we shift the weight into this left leg, coming into our toppling tree pose. So shift the weight, raise the right leg, let those arms draw back. One more breath if you can. Let the hands come down as you step it back into a downward dog once more. Stretching that left leg back. And then step that left leg through, coming into your side angle once again. So keeping this knee bent, draw the right arm up past the ear. And keeping the legs as they are, raise the body up, bring that left hand to point to the front, draw the right arm back, feel the whole chest open as you do, softening the shoulders, engaging the core. One more breath. And then coming back to the center, heel toe, those feet together, and coming back to face the top of the mat into a forward fold. Make your way down to a resting pose, your own personal favorite resting pose. Two more breaths here. And then making your way up to stand and step the left leg in front, the right leg behind. They're about hip width apart, keeping a straightness in both legs. But remember, with straight legs, always having that softness in the knees. Clasping those hands together, raise them up over the head and follow it with your gaze. One more breath here. And now draw those arms behind your back, clasping your hands. And let's take that in the opposite direction, folding forward over this front leg. Let the arms come away from the back as you bend. One more breath. And releasing the fingers, the hands, let them come down in front of the foot. As you again shift the weight into that left leg, draw that right leg up and stack your hips so you've got one on top of the other and the right foot is turned parallel to the floor. One more breath. And then let's step that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. And bending those knees, coming all the way up. Bring the hands into prayer. Let's take that on the other side. Stepping that left leg back. Keeping both legs straight without locking the knees, so softness in the knees. Clasping the fingers, draw them up over the head, follow it with your gaze. One more breath here. Straightening the head and the body, release the hands, bring them behind you, clasping those fingers behind you as you fold forward over this right leg, drawing those arms away. And release the fingers. Bringing them in front of that foot, shifting the weight into that right leg, draw the left leg up. Again, stacking the hips on top of each other as you turn the foot to look to the left. One more breath here. And then stepping the right foot forward, or the left foot forward into a forward fold. And from here, keep the hands on the floor, let the feet just walk out and the toes look outwards. The heels point inwards and come down into a squat. Lengthening through the spine, elbows against the knees, pressing the elbows away, palms together. Two more breaths here. And then just bring those hands behind you as you make your way down onto the mat. With the knees bent, holding onto the toes, we're going to lift them up away from the mat. So remember, find your balance on your seat bones. And then you can begin to open out the legs just as much as is comfortable for you. Softening the shoulders, lengthening through the spine. 2 more breaths here. And then drawing those feet down. Open the legs out long. Toes pointing upwards, sitting up tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Draw the left arm across and back, following it with your body and your gaze. And then coming back to the center, let's take that to the other side. One more breath. And coming back. Once again to the center, bending this right knee, having the foot up against the thigh so it's nicely bent. And then taking that left foot, raise it up and open it out. Again, finding your point of balance, lengthening through the spine. One more breath here. And let that leg come down onto the mat with this right foot. Step it out. If, depending on your skeleton, if you can get your right arm underneath that leg, so your shoulder is in under your knee or near your knee, and reach for the left foot with the left hand. You can raise that right leg up a little bit if you wish. One more breath here. And letting the right foot come down. Sitting back upright again, let that right leg come out long and the left leg come in. So bending that left knee, sitting up tall, holding on to the right foot. Lift it up, open it out. One more breath here. And then let that right foot come down and out long. Bringing that left foot up so the knee is bent, the foot is on the mat. Putting your left arm in, and again, working with your own body. See if your shoulder can get close to the knee, and then you can lift that foot up if you want, or keep it down and hold on to the right foot. So whichever works for you. One more breath here. And then releasing both feet, coming back to sit. Both legs out long, sitting up tall. Toes pointing upwards. Let's just forward fold over both legs. So again, you can bend the knees as you make your way down. And then begin to open those legs out. Letting the breath help you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen. One more breath. And then sitting back up, bending those knees, And lowering your back down onto your mat, keeping those knees bent. We're going to drop into a bridge. So slowly lifting the spine and pelvis off the mat, engaging the core here and taking 3 breaths. And then once again, lowering down onto the mat and bringing the arms into a T. Let the knees fall to the right and the gaze to the left. And let's take that over to the other side, always balancing one side with the other. And coming back to the center, bring those arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. Let the legs come out long and the feet flop out to the side as you take your final resting pose, Shavasana. And let the body completely relax, release, and let go. Letting go your toes and the soles of your feet. Letting go the tops of your feet, your heels and ankles. Letting go your calves and your shins, your knees front and back, and your thighs front and back. The whole of your legs, just let them go. Letting go your glutes and your pelvis, the length of your back and your shoulder blades. Letting go the front of your body, chest and shoulders, your armpits and upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, backs of your hands, palms of your hands, and your fingers. Letting go the back of your head, the crown of your head, your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips and tongue. The whole of your body, just let it go. And pausing here, acknowledging gratitude. Gratitude for the balance in your life, the balance you can bring to your life. And gratitude for whatever is special to you today. And let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose into your belly. Pause and then exhale. Making a connection with your inner self. Imagine you're walking in a forest, noticing the smells and the sounds, the textures and temperatures. And as you walk, you hear a little stream beside you. The birds singing. And find a little opening in the forest where you can see this brook gently flowing. Find a nice place here to sit and rest.